La Dame Le Fer, and if you just change that D at the start of Dame, put the L, you get lame. And that's what this episode was, guys. This episode was absolute Frenchy snail body carcasses on a stick match. It was awful.
You're being generous calling this lame. I can think of another 4-letter word that I would call it.
Shite.
Well, that's 5.
5. Fucking dub
Shit.
me. Any letter, man. No, this show's done. I'm done. You know what? I'm actually going to advocate it get stopped watching it right now.
How's this better than Dead City? And I didn't even like Dead City. I thought Dead City was crap, but I mean, come on.
Come on, man.
Dead City was way better than this. And see that Trev-chan, that out of proportion moron that thinks he knows everything, thinks Hitler was a great guy. I mean, you shit. He thinks The Walking Dead's the greatest series. The Walking Dead, honestly, it's like TV made for. It's like the way British television soaps are made for mongoloids. The Walking Dead's got the same sort of audience.
It does.
It's fucking morons. They just throw a bunch of walkers on the screen. It's the same shite we've seen now for 15 years. And people go crazy. Oh, look at all those walkers. Oh, look, zombies, walker. And what? I don't give a shit if there's a million zombies in the fucking one shot. See if all the characters suck. Now who cares? See if there's no stories. Who cares? See if the dialogue's crap. Who cares? But no, people think that an old ass looking Norman Reedus stabbing some walkers that we've seen for the past 15 years is better than some of the great fucking like rivalries that we had back in the day. Give me a Shane and Rick scene over any of this crap, man.
Absolutely. And that's where we kick off, though.
Give me Rick and the piglet. See when Rick looks into the piglet's eyes, then he cuts its hind legs and the blood splatters on Rick's face? That is superior.
I think that's what Daryl was talking about here in this wee story about the piglet.
I want it to be the piglet watching this. I want it to be the piglet in Daryl's story. I'm like, put me down so I don't have to watch this show anymore.
There's a piglet. But this episode kicked off underwater, Daryl was. But he was imagining Laurent. Laurent was getting surrounded by...
You know what? Here's the difference. See, look, Laurent. I mean, he could die, and I don't even know. See, if I'm on my laptop doing something, and I heard him screaming because he's getting bit into... I don't even know if I'd bother turning my head around to look.
No.
Never mind here. So that kind of sums... Let's be honest. There's only one character that matters in this show, and it is probably the most boring, overrated character in the entire Walking Dead franchise.
Yeah.
That's the plain hard truth here.
Daryl Dixon.
And Trev-chan too, right? I'll give him a plug because his views are shite. Maybe not as bad as ours, but they're pretty poor.
He's suffering from the fucking Great Depression over here.
He recently said that Daryl Dixon is the greatest Walking Dead character of all time.
Did he?
What a slap in the face to about 500 other characters he could have gave that award to. Seriously, Daryl Dixon?
No.
Come on.
He's got longevity, and that's what I'm going to fucking leave. You know what?
Longevity's not necessarily
He's got the same fucking Dixon blood in his veins as Merle, right? But for me, he's fucking shite. And this episode, man, it was just... Like, I think the pacing's all over the place with this show. I really do. So, he imagines Laurent getting stabbed, and then he wakes up, he kills a few walkers underwater. Like, who cares? Who honestly cares about Daryl killing a few walkers underwater? Like, the blood. Like, Negan, you gotta put the blood on the weapons and it gets into their pores and they're infected. Here is Daryl, I mean, swimming. I mean, people have been in the monkey-infested waters throughout this show, you know, and the other shows, Fear, Dead City, The Walking Dead, the original. How can they just rewrite how people get infected, though? That annoys me.
One role for one and another for others.
And like you talked about a few episodes ago, like, what is the timeline? Laurent's like 13, and yet 20 years have passed. Did Paris no get fucking infected to 7 years in? Come on, man. Just sucks, but he makes his way home, Daryl, I'll say home, to the headquarters in Paris. But before he can get there, he runs into Pigeon Man. And he gets Pigeon Man killed. He puts his bike up the side, he brings Pigeon Man, the enemy, and then this truck pulled up. He's like, you cannot take my pigeons.
Oh no, they taste great tonight. Then he shoots Pigeon Man. Daryl's gonna like sit and watch it happen, but he doesn't want to see poor innocent Pigeon Man die. So he throwing knife through the heart of one of the bad guys. Then he gets this little chain ball with spikes on it and hits the other one. He comes to try and rescue Pigeon Man, but Pigeon Man's going to bleed out. Pigeon Man has one last request. Set the pigeons free.
No, I just don't buy this guy survived this long being this fucking stupid.
Yeah, so
like they were going to take his pigeons and he fucking runs out and he's like, these guys have got one of those big Gatling guns on the back of a truck.
So Daryl takes the pigeons to the Pigeon Man. The Pigeon Man opens the door. The pigeons fly off, and then Pigeon Man just bleeds out and dies. And that's it. There's your first major death of the show.
Oh, yeah. Daryl reunites with Isabelle. They hug. Is Daryl going to get a romantic interest? I don't give a fuck, man. I think the guy... is he gay? Is he whatever? I don't fucking care what he is. He's boring.
He's gay. Like, I think he had a relationship with some person called Donnie or something like that. Sounds like a dude. Sounds like a dude to be fair, but whatever.
Donnie are the real IRA. Right, anyway, Daryl's just fucking boring. That's his orientation. Fucking boring. Right, he returns, he hugs Isabelle, and looks like they're going to team up to try and break back into the underground headquarters, or where Quinn is. I mean, I guess before then we did have the whole kidnapping of Laurent, which I completely forgot about. But like I said, it's fucking boring. This kid turns up, right? Peeps his eye through this wee hole at the Eiffel Tower, and then like as soon as he appears, that's when the walkers break out of this secured location. Fuck off.
Yeah, and then
how convenient.
Then Daryl Dixon arrives straight away, and it's Daryl and Sylvia or whatever.
Isabelle. Sylvia.
And it's like they're surrounded by at least like 100 walkers here, and they're like in the middle. And see how easily they took care of these walkers. It was as if their life was never in danger. Yeah, when it's some like random red shirt, he can't survive against one walker.
Yeah.
But the great Daryl Dixon and Isabella can survive cornered by about 100 walkers.
Yep. It's a joke.
And it's like, see how slow the walkers are moving. Oh, but see when it's a nobody that's going to die, the walkers are fast, the walkers are quick, the walkers are on your ass. But when it's Daryl Dixon and Isabella, I mean, the walkers are almost in rewind mode. It's almost like someone's rewinding a movie. That's what the walkers are on, like a still frame. They're not moving.
No, that's what it feels like, and this show just feels like shit. Laurent gets loaded into the back of an SUV. Daryl manages to throw one guy down, then he throws another guy down.
Get both of these guys killed, even though you could argue these guys saved Laurent.
Yeah, and then the other guy, they kidnap as the SUV just drives off. So yeah, Daryl proceeds to torture this guy. There was a little piglet, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, he told a pig story that done nothing for me.
Yeah, I see this whip he was using. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it was. Right, it wasn't like the sharpest blade in the fucking armory, but you know what? He still stabbed the guy like 6, 7, 8 times, and this guy's all right after this. Like he's fucking able to punch Daryl and run away. I'm not buying this. But essentially, they're going to use this guy to use the underground tunnels in Paris to get back into the underground Demimonde club, which of course that's where Quinn is, and because that's where Quinn has took Laurent, so we're going to have to rescue Laurent. This episode we also did. Sorry.
Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you?
No, we got the other crew, the woman and the fucking other guy. What's his name? Victor? Is it Victor with a K? I'm not too sure. But what were they doing in this episode? Fucking discussing, here, Quinn will give you a painting for Laurent. Well, what? And then talking to this fucking baby and the black woman. What are we doing here? No, what the fuck? Explain to me what's going on.
I actually don't know. I think
these people cannot believe in Laurent. Why the fuck do they believe in Laurent?
I know as if some saviour's going to say it.
No, why is this story though that...
Someone save your throat.
No, well, fucking, this show's shite. You know, see if this show was good, maybe it would act as a good, soother on the throat, but see when it's just rough and shite, man.
This might be the worst show I've ever watched.
Yeah, I would say.
I don't know, it might be the worst show that I've ever watched multiple episodes of. I would actually stick to that. I don't think that's a worthy lie. I would say this is the worst show that I've watched multiple episodes of.
Yeah, I would agree.
Now, there might be some shows I've checked out for 5 minutes and thought, holy fuck, I'm turning this off. But in terms of a show that I've actually stuck out and watched a few episodes, I think this has to be the worst.
Yeah, just a bunch of Frenchies. Like, it's mad, right?
It wouldn't matter if they spoke fucking 100% English. It's shite.
No, it's mad though, right? You get TV shows, say like a bomb went off and it killed everyone. You'd be like, holy fuck, look at that. That's mental. All these great characters dying. All these iconic See this? A bomb could go off here, and I would just say,
hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I'd be looking on the laptop and look up and just be fucking a big cloud of mushroom smoke. But yeah, what's going to go happen here next? Who really cares? Because guess what? Quinn and Daryl. Time to fight. Daryl also sacrificed the guy that helped him. Even though he stabbed him like 6 times. He's like, what way is it, Daryl? And then he's like, that way. And Daryl's like, okay, au revoir. He's fucking...
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, he doesn't take this guy with him. And then see how quickly these walkers approached this guy and started chewing on him?
Yeah.
But when Daryl's surrounded by 100 of them, we're gonna move slow, buddy.
We're going to move slow is right. I mean, Daryl beats Quinn up here so easily, doesn't he?
Yeah, and but you know what annoys me? It's like, the walkers haven't been a threat in the main show for like, I mean, probably since like season 3.
Yeah.
But it's like, when they want to kill off a nobody character, they'll make it as if the walkers are invincible.
Invincible.
I mean, at this point, everyone should be able to handle walkers. Everyone should be able to deal with them.
Well, it should be.
How are like that? How's this long into the apocalypse? Are people still getting killed by walkers?
Well, that's the problem with the show's created. It's like the pigeon guy earlier. Why is he acting so fucking idiotic? Like, if him and Daryl feel the need to hide for these two guys, have got a big fucking Gatling gun, and they're a part of this resistance, then why is he, like, out there slapping the fuck out their truck, saying, you give me my pigeon back? Like, come on. It's fucking... it's ridiculous. Like, I just can't believe you've got an apocalyptic show here, series. You're, like, so many years in, decades in, and it's like these people haven't fucking adjusted. Like, how's this guy survived this long if he acts like this over a couple of pigeons?
I wanted to adjust the channel, by the way, when this was on. Like, I thought this episode was garbage.
And then just to make matters, I mean, Daryl beats Quinn up like that, right? Then they get Laurent, big reunion with Isabelle. There's a guy shot, you wanted to know his name, but you didn't know his name. Didn't you? You were like, who's this guy's name? Oui.
Who's his name?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We've no idea who he is. And you know what? We've no idea who he is. They could have literally took a guy off the enemy team and pretended that he was part of their team. And we wouldn't know. We wouldn't have batted a fucking eyelid. Honestly, no idea. But then Isabelle's like, I can't come with you, Daryl, because if I come with you, he will stop us at the checkpoint. Turns out there's no checkpoint. And there's no fucking checkpoint.
There's no checkpoint, so Isabella just stays behind for like no reason whatsoever.
But what is the need? Like, see Quinn, why wouldn't he be killing Isabella or doing something to her here? But like, what the fuck, like confronting her? He just looks at her, turns around like, you've just let my son escape, and you've wiped out my entire crew, but well.
I've got you back, I'm happy.
I'm happy I've got Isabella back, man. A fucking absolute shite.
I think you can just tell if you're going to enjoy a show or not. And I knew 10 minutes into this episode, the premiere, I knew that I was not going to enjoy this. Yeah. And I knew it was going to be worse than Dead City. The
problem is, I think it falls under Dead City to a degree as well. The premise of the show is what is intriguing the most. It's like, Paris, how are they going to pull this off? New York, how are they going to pull this off? And then, like you say, you get 10 minutes in, and a location of a show shouldn't be the holy grail.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the reason to watch. You know, like, oh, you got to check out the walk. It's in Paris. No, we need more than that, right? Oh, but if you wait until episode 4, you're going to see the Eiffel Tower. We need more than that.
Like, when you think of the iconic moments in TV shows, honestly, the location's fucking irrelevant. It really is.
Yeah, like, see Shane.
Unless it's to, like, pinpoint someone at a murder scene.
I mean, Shane's last scene with Rick could have been on the fucking farm, it could have been in the woods, it could have been on top of a roof.
Could have been in a fucking tent.
You know, it doesn't fucking matter. The location doesn't save a show, and this is evident. This show is horrible. All the characters suck. How can you... Who's likeable? Who's interesting? Who is there to cheer for? And normally, even in The Walking Dead, normally the bad people, right, have got a lot... Normally the bad people are interesting and they've got this sort of like, you know, love to hate thing. I mean, even minor bad characters like, was it Joe, the Claimers?
Yep.
That group was interesting. That guy that played, was it Joel?
Indoor, outdoor cats.
Yeah, he was interesting. It's like, what? See, the main guy, just some big French guy. Oh, I will kill the American.
No, but no,
boring as fuck.
But no,
the woman holding some kid. Oh, this kid. Oh, you got hope. Hope is a bad thing. We don't want.
Right.
I mean, what the?
But
fuck
let's just do the math, right? Quinn has took his actual son here. He's just took his son back to where he lives, and here is Daryl stabbing the fuck out of a guy 8 times just to find out a location, and then leaves him to fucking be eaten alive. How's Daryl really a good guy for that? Like, why is he the protagonist?
Oh, you know what? Quinn sent some guys out to get his son. He's a bad guy. He's a horrible guy. Fucking Quinn's got more reason to have fucking love.
I mean, at least like Daryl killing the brother of like the main bad guy. I mean, at least that was like self-defense. But like here, like we've seen it multiple times in the actual Walking Dead. Like I just hate the fucking gimmick that they portrayed these guys as the protagonists. But yet, like, oh, you can kill 80 saviors, but see when you kill Glenn and Abraham, we're going to make you feel like, you know, you are the victims. I mean, no, you're not the I just fucking hate that.
Yeah,
I think that's Exhibit A of poor fucking writing.
I think Rick's crew got off pretty lightly, to be honest.
Yeah.
When you consider, like, I mean, the fact that he only killed 2 of them,
like,
and he was only going to kill 1.
I just look at good TV shows, and if, you know, if you're supposed to root for someone or a crew or a faction, they just write it in a way where it's not like it doesn't feel impossible to root for them because they've done so much heinous shit. No, I think so.
Yes.
I just don't understand things like this, man. I really don't. But anyway, it's The Walking Dead. They've done it from the fucking get-go of the show.
Then the end.
At least at the start, the first couple of seasons, like it pushes on like all their moralities and how it's changed. You know, from normal law-abiding citizens to like how they adapt into this world. But like, how the fuck is Daryl like made it to be this great guy?
No, he's not. But no, I don't get. People said Shane was an arsehole for what he done in the first 2 seasons. But you compare it to what the main Walking Dead characters have done since then. And it's like Shane's a fucking angel.
He's an angel.
Compared to what the Walking Dead characters have done since that moment.
Rick running over fucking cops that are handcuffed.
Oh, but Rick's a good guy. He had to do it for information.
Yeah.
Shane shoots Otis because Otis wouldn't sacrifice Shane to save Carl. He's a bad guy. He's a horrible guy. I mean...
Anyway, I'm going to give this episode a 0 out of 10. Daryl Dixon, you're doing nothing for me, son.
I'm trying to think of a reason to give it a 1, so just bear with me. I'm trying to think of if anything.
It was only 43 minutes or something.
Nah, that's maybe a 0.5 for that. I'm trying to think. It wasn't good. It really wasn't good. Was there any... You know what? I'll give it a 1.
A 0.5.
Daryl's story about little Jimmy the Runt, that was not bad. I like the pigeon, man.
Well, he's dead.
Set the pigeons free. I'll give it a 0.5 out of 10.
0.5 out of 10, guys. Till next time. Peace.